What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be playing with trannies. Wait. No, we're going to be playing with a transmission. Specifically this one, this Turbo 400 that we're going to try to fit into the Fairmont. Yeah. Before we do all of that, trying to get this thing in here, I just want to say two things. One, hi, I'm back. I know it's been a few weeks. I'm sure you've missed me. Two, this is also going to be more of an update video because this thing actually isn't really ready to go into the car. I've already tried for the past couple days of getting it in, and I've had to get a new flywheel since then, order a couple other different odds and ends, so we're still not 100% ready to get this thing in. I'm sure I'm going to have to mess around with the tranny cross member and a couple of other things, but really I did just want to say that this is actually we are gonna start on this, but mostly this is just going to be an update video because yeah, I haven't been posting in the past couple weeks, but that's because I've gotten a lot done on the car. For instance, we have a throttle cable and a throttle now. We have a dash. We have all of our gauges. We have a lot of other things that I've done. Ooh, that thing wants to turn on. Let's turn that off. So, yeah. This is also going to be a little bit more of an update video because, one, this isn't 100% ready to go in. Two, I just want to catch you guys all up on what I've actually been doing. And along with that is you're going to get this video, and then you're going to get hopefully another video of this thing, kind of what it takes to actually get this installed, you know, the fab work and stuff, like the things I got to do, the tranny mount and stuff like that. But I'm going on vacation for like 2 weeks, so it's about 9 days. So yeah, I'm going to get this out, and then hopefully there's another one, and hopefully that can hold you guys over till I get back from vacation, a much needed vacation, because one, I want to burn this thing to the ground. We're like at the last 10% of this, and it's really testing my patience. So I'm going to walk it around, show you guys kind of what we've been up to, where we're at, and what I've had to do to get this one, what I've had to do to get this thing to fit in here, because believe it or not, putting a transmission into a car that it never came with and attaching it to a motor that wasn't even out when this car rolled off the factory line is not that easy. So I'm going to take you guys around first and show you guys what I've been up to, and then we'll see how far we get into doing this. All right, sound like a plan? I like it. So the first thing I want to show you guys is we do have the throttle pedal connected to the carburetor, and it does work, and that is super cool, real handy. The other thing that I want to show you guys real quick before we really get into this, this is probably going to be a pretty short video, but we're going to hop in here, and would you look at that? We have a dash in here with all of our gauges. There's lights behind all of these. I'll show you guys that in a second. We have a phone charger now, so that's pretty cool. And like I said, working throttle cable. I don't know if you can see it up there, but boom, throttle cable. And throttle pedal, I should say. Really shouldn't say cable, but we got that in. Honestly, there's more, but I'm forgetting. Maybe not. I don't know. This stuff did take a long time. Putting the dash in, making it nice, getting all the gauges to fit, and having them looking good, getting everything mounted. So let's kind of turn the power on and do a little bit of showing off of what we got going on now. I went and turned the battery on for this thing, and I want to show you guys that. Yeah, we got a phone charger now, and it does work. You know, every street car should have a phone charger. Nice part is it also adds it's also a volt gauge too. So, like I said, we got our volt gauge down here. We do have a fuel gauge that does work. Let me focus on it. See, it does work. We just don't really have a lot of fuel in the tank, but normally that needle is on that little pin right there. So We do have a fuel gauge. We have a voltmeter, we have oil pressure. We know we have oil pressure and water temperatures also hooked up. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but I was kind of having a hard time getting the right fittings. Pretty much I was just being cheap. I was trying to make what I had work, and instead I just ordered everything to actually make it work for an LS. Yeah, I just stopped being cheap. But the nice part is we do headlights, and all of these light up. So it's really, really kind of nice. It's all super easy to reach. You know, our dome lights, our high beams, our reverse lights from when we're backing up at night, and of course our blinkers and our windshield wipers. So that's pretty sweet. That's all right here, all nice and neat, and I truly dig it. I like it a lot. So pretty much what I've had to do is to get that transmission in is one, I had to buy a different flywheel. The factory flywheel didn't work with the converter I have. That's for the 400. Go figure. Nothing bolts up. So had to get a different flywheel. That's now here. I bought a transmission cooler, and also I needed to buy some 6AN lines for the tranny cooler. And I did some nice braided ones. I didn't want the rubber. I didn't want to just put the rubber ones in there. I did some nice braided ones. So little added extra safety, because transmission fluid's flammable, and I don't want a line breaking, bursting, whatever. So bought some nice lines for that, and a few other things. I'm sure I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. I haven't done a video in like 3 weeks personally, so trying to get back into it. I don't remember everything I've done, but we got a dash. I know it's aluminum dash, and some people don't like that, but me personally, I don't know how this car is going to evolve. So if it does go back to fuel injection, if I do all this other stuff, I didn't want to spend $500 on a fiberglass dash, put a bunch of holes in it, and then change the setup in a year or 2 years and have the dash all cut up and not look good. So I don't know what this thing's going to evolve into. It may stay the same. If this thing stays the same for a couple years, then I'll buy a nicer dash for it. But for now, this one works. It really doesn't look all that bad. I don't think it looks bad. I think it's nice to kind of tie the car together. So with that being said, I guess it's time to try to get this transmission in. Like I said, I've had to do a whole bunch. I got to put the new flex plate in, and I don't know. This is more or less just kind of an update. It's really all this is. This is an update with me trying to put the transmission in. So we got a dash. We got all of our gauges that work. We got everything hooked up. We have a throttle pedal. Oh, also what I did, I'm just staring at it now, is I sealed off where the steering column comes through the firewall, and I sealed off the firewall where the wires come through the firewall. So that's all sealed off nice and neat. All pretty and stuff like that. Man, I don't know how to make a video anymore. Take a few weeks off and I just don't know what's going on. So that's where we're at. I know the transmission doesn't fit. I know I've already tried to test fit it. It does not fit. I have to hammer, cut a little bit of the floor. I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah. A little bit of a struggle. So we're going to get working on this transmission thing. We're going to try to throw it in. what you're looking at right there is our new access panel, because I gave up on the hammer. So now we have access panel. But the good news is the transmission is in and now it fits. Show you up here. I don't have any of the bell housing bolts in, but you can see bell housing is nice and flush. Well, you can't really see because it's not focused. Bell housing is nice and flush. It's on the dowels that come out of the back of the motor. It's on those. And we're running into a problem now that I have a solution for. It took me a little bit to kind of think of the solution, but I have it figured out. So what I did is I bought a transmission cross member that was for a Turbo 400 for a, well, it is a cross member that is for an LS swapped Fox body Mustang with a Turbo 400. I thought maybe it would be close, and it's not that far off. I do have to do some things. I've already made a few adjustments to it, but I gotta do some more adjusting. But we're gonna crawl underneath the car, and I'm gonna show you kind of where we're at with the cross member. Grab a flashlight real quick, and we'll dive underneath. So, all right, what we got? See, that's our cross member right there. And where are you going, camera? Cross member's right there. We got a little bit of a gap. We're not able to use the existing cross member mounts 100%. I am going to have to make my own. So I'm going to use this one right here, and then we'll add one. We'll weld it to the frame over here. And then I am going to box this off, box this mount off right up here. So that way it sits nice, flush, and level. And we're going to get, man, this thing's just giving up. My my phone holder's just giving up on what it's doing. It just spun completely around. So you guys are upside down right now. But you guys get the gist. We are going to box this off. Dude, I can't believe this. Technical difficulties. All right, so I'm holding this thing now. We're had technical difficulties. We're back. So underneath here, we are going to weld to the frame a nice little mount for this. We are going to box that off up there, and then we will have a training mount. So gotta do a little bit adjusting for this training mount that is kind of supposed to fit, but not really. Oh, let me get up here. I didn't expect it to be perfect. I was hoping for something a little bit closer. I don't know. We'll see. So with that all being said, it's kind of where we're at the moment. Hopefully, when I get back from vacation, or even really before I leave for vacation, my whole goal is to have the transmission in, the mounts done, have it bolted in with the converter in, all that stuff. So when I get back from vacation, we can hook up the shifter, hook up the trans brake, build the cooler lines for it. Then we can measure for a drive shaft. And in all doing that, you know, put the interior back together and things like that. This thing is, it's fighting me. It's fighting me a little bit more than I was hoping for. But also, I don't know what to expect. We're putting a transmission in a car that it didn't come with from factory, and we're attaching it to a motor that didn't even exist when this car came from the factory. So it's just is what it is. It's growing pains, and we're gonna get through it. So I'm gonna keep plugging away at this, but I did just want to throw in a quick little video because I haven't posted in like 2 weeks, and then of course I'm going on vacation, so videos are going to be hit or miss for probably the next couple weeks. I'm going to try to get this one out pretty soon, and then I'll be filming the rest of my shenanigans and trying to get this tranny in. So this is part 1 of transmission install in the car. Look for part 2 coming up here sooner, or not. I don't know. I don't know what my schedule is going to let me do, but that's it. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Next video, hopefully transmission's in completely, and I'm off to vacation. So with that, we're going to wrap this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always. I appreciate you guys. Sorry about the lack of videos, but, you know, we're working on it. So thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys in the next one.